Okay, welcome to another episode of On the Wrist from Off the Cuff. Today we have a review that has been a long time coming. Yes, and for a couple of reasons. One, this watch release has been highly anticipated, and two, just this brand is one that's hard to get a hold of these days, but a little bit easier right now. So you're in luck that if you're watching this video, it's probably the best time to be a prospective Halios owner. Now, this is, of course, the new Halios Fairwind. A little bit about the brand. They were founded back in 2009 by Jason Lume out of Vancouver, Canada. They pretty much run on three principles. Number one, offer quality, well-built watches that you can take into the water. So they're water-resistant watches. Number two, exceed your after-sales support expectations. Yes, one of their principles is to actually give you support. It's not just about the product, which is awesome. So they do care about that user experience. And for me in my day job, I definitely can appreciate that because that's something that I do professionally. And the number three item is strive to design the next watch icon. I gotta say, guys, they're kind of doing that. I'm blown away by this watch, guys. This, of course, would be considered a dive watch. Some key common characteristics and design language when you're looking for a dive watch. Of course, you're going to want water resistance through some type of screw-down crown. You're going to want something that's tough, legible, dive time bezel, and a diver's extension is always nice if on bracelet. This is the Fairwind in slate gray with the sapphire diver bezel option. A little bit about it. Guys, it is their next generation diver, and it's built off of the success of their Seaforth line. And another cool little unique thing about it is that it's secretly Swiss made. Yes, the hands movement and the assembly are Swiss. So it actually meets all the requirements to be Swiss made. But Jason Lim is such a madman that he said, no, that's just a bunch of marketing. You know, he's like, let me source the best parts and also get good movements and have it all assembled in a great place. And that's good enough. Anything after that, you know, is just a couple of marketing dollars. So yeah, that's how confident he is. He's like, no, I'm not going to put Swiss made on the dial. It's good. The watch speaks for itself, and I got to say, it doesn't speak for itself. It screams for itself. So yeah, that's the crazy thing is it meets the technical requirements to bear the text, but it just doesn't. So with that said, let's go ahead, zoom the camera out, get this piece in hand, and take a closer look. Ooh, okay, now before we jump into this, quick little shot of the packaging, because this is the full review. Also keep an eye out, I'll do a shorter version as well, for those of you that just can't bear to sit through me rambling on. Really nice plush. You basically put the watch in here, it holds it with the strap, or you can run this through your bracelet. It'll hold it in place. Very nice. Looks like there's a little spot for a tool, extra links, warranty information. This is just a loaner for review, but I will say I have, they do have my money because I pre-ordered this bad boy, but in the blue. I'm just decided that instead of teasing myself, I said, hey, just go ahead and hold on to it until it's ready. And, I'll do a full review when this thing is ready. But it's right now only the watch heads are ready. The bracelets are technically ready, but the clasp, oh yes, the clasp is still in production because this is the final prototype of the clasp, which has been approved for production. So this is a clasp we're going to see, guys. And this right here is an absolute game changer. Some of you, I've been waiting to see you press the button. Guys, let's take it slow. All right, we'll get there. Ooh, look at that. Look at this. Should we just jump in? Should we just jump in? Okay, check it out. This is a button. What? Oh. Ooh, that's butter. Guys, look at that. You don't have to take the thing off to let your wrist breathe. That is epic. And you know what? When we get to the on-wrist portion, we can get more into that. But man, I just had to get that out of the way. My lord, that thing is amazing. So, a little bit more about this piece. Okay, the price, $775. And honestly, this thing should cost double that. If it did bear the, he decided to buy into the marketing and say, hey, let's put Swiss made on this, this could easily, you know, be double that cost. So it's that good. It's that good. I mean, he already has a Swiss movement in here. Swiss assembled. I mean, could you imagine? Jason, if you're listening, if you just want to make more money, just like get this thing COSC certified, maybe do like a limited run, make 200 of them for Hodinky, and put chronometer on there, Fairwind chronometer, and just sell them like gangbusters for over $1,500. They'll be sold out in literally a blink of an eye. That's how much everything else in this package, it's like how radiant and just magnificent the rest of the watch is. I'm blown away. I'm absolutely blown away. All right, guys, so this thing, 39 millimeter diameter, only 12.4 millimeter height, but holy hell does it wear that height well. Look at the contours and the undercuts. This thing looks super thin. It's insane. That doesn't even, that, look at that. That kind of, that mid-case line is so thin and beautiful. Then you have this nice undercut. You have the high polished bevel. Who doesn't love that? Look at that high contrast. The bevel actually has a nice cut up, which follows and plays with that end link. Look at the way, look how well that lines up. That's insane. Blown away. Look at the fit and finish on this thing. This is as nice a bracelet as have been reviewed on this channel, guys, and this is not the most expensive watch. Hell, some of those bracelets probably cost as much as this watch. It's nuts. I worry for Jason at Helios. He is, I mean, you can get some screenshots, the DMs. I mean, I called him a madman multiple times after receiving this watch. It's sickening how good this thing is. So we got the sapphire, double domed, inner AR coating, beautifully done. They didn't cheese out and say, hey, well, we want to give, you know, the real enthusiasts their Hasselite crystal plexiglass. Nah, no, fam. Let's just have a beautifully double domed, vintage domed sapphire. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's have that, right? Let's not cut a corner. Let's do a sapphire insert here. Let's not worry about bakelite and, you know, no, let's just put the best in there. Oh man, 60 click, bi-directional, not unidirectional. So you can go this way, it can go that way. Why is that? Because there's a 12-hour bezel as well. The 12-hour insert for travelers. So if you're going to do that, man, do it this way, guys. Other manufacturers out there, if you're going to do this, yeah, this is much better than spending the extra money to have a 120 click bezel that's one way, and then you put a timing, you know, whether it's a true GMT with 24-hour time or not. There's so many divers that are like that, right? They put a GMT hand in there and then the bezel goes one way. It's like, okay, well, have it go the other way. This isn't gonna kill anybody. I mean, I mean, yeah, you can take it into the water, but dedicated diving tool, this is way too nice for that. It just is. Could you do it? Yeah, sure. Should you? I don't know, because this thing is insanely nice. It's scary how nice this is. All right, so 60 clicks feels good. Not the super tightest thing, but that's tough with 60 clicks. Okay, I'm not gonna say it's perfect. It could probably be a little bit tighter. I'm gonna turn it, and you can see how much the bezel jumps off of the case. There's a little bit, but it works flawlessly. This 60 feels better than some 120 click bezels that I've handled on the channel. So, screw down crown, signed, automatic Sellita SW200. Wait for it. Spect for Helios. No date movement. Yes, SW200. You pull the crown out, no ghost position. Again, he does these things. People say, not worth it. Other brands, just they don't do that. Jason, hey, he does that. Crazy. Yeah, there's no ghost. There's no ghost position in the crown. Pet peeves. He listens to the pet peeves. Case back, nothing special, solid and etched, but it's a dive watch, so can't really knock the hustle on that. It's flat, but there's nothing sharp or anything that's going to leave an imprint on your wrist, so can't get really too upset. Now, when we get to the dial, beautiful dark gray, as you can see here, applied indices, Swiss Superluminova C3, 20 atmospheres or 200 meters of water resistance, 20 millimeter lugs, tapering flat brushed multi-link bracelet with high polished bevels. The bevels here, guys, they're not only on the edges, which they are, but they're also on top as well. So you get the outer edges, and then you get across, there's beveling, and that just, guys, you know I love me some Formex. And they have a flat link multi-bevel bracelet on some pretty pricey watches by comparison. And yeah, they feel like this. Look at the light show this thing puts on. All articulated. Oh, did they cut corners? What? Oh, wait. Oh, yes. Oh, screw-in links. Imagine that. Fully milled. Clasp. Is this off the shelf? No, this is made specifically for the watch. Nice bead blasted finish. Beautiful brushing here. Solid, fully milled. Great pushers. Great push here. And yeah, this clasp, sorry, I got gloves on. Boom. Super smooth. Great tolerances. Beautiful. I mean, come on. Man, so this thing tapers. It goes from 20 millimeters down to 16 millimeters. It has a milled 18.5 millimeter push button folding clasp with the Toolless micro adjust. So with all that, guys, let's get this sucker on wrist. My goodness, this thing's gorgeous. And wait till you see it on wrist. Whew. All right, look at that. That's on a 7¼ inch wrist. Look at the way it plays with the light. Look at the way it hugs the wrist. You get rid of that sapphire. Look how thin that thing is. Look at the light show. Oh, what? Oh, blown away. Blown away. I've reviewed a lot of divers on this channel. I've reviewed people say people were way overpriced. I've reviewed high-end micro brands of the highest Swiss nature, and goodness, this thing is special, guys. This found a way to excite me, and I'm generally pretty jaded. I mean, yes, I like what I like, but man, this thing impressed me. Yeah, okay, I review things that I like on the channel, but not everything excites me like this. This is just, I'm flabbergasted. Look at that. Oh, you wanna, it's a little warm out. It feels a little tight on your wrist. You just press this little guy here. Well, I'll do it so you guys can see. Press this little guy right here. Oh, all of a sudden there's all this extra room in there. Oh man, that is epic. Guys, look at this. You know what? This is so, I'm going to take, you know what? This is how good it is, all right? I'm left-handed. I wear my watches on the right hand. I'm going to put it on this wrist, too. Ooh. just so you guys can see it. For those of you that complain, you know what? I want to make people happy today because I'm happy to be reviewing this. I'm happy that we're in a market where a passionate watch enthusiast can create something that just speaks to me. Guys, come on. I'm left-handed. I don't even wear watches on this wrist. I'd wear this watch. Light show. Flat. Wrapping around the wrist. Hugging the wrist. Not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. Look at that clasp. Toolless micro adjust on wrist, on the fly. You can loosen it and let your wrist breathe. You don't have to pop open the clasp if you don't want to. You give a little push of a button and bam. I can take a little wipe here off camera. Show you this. Focus. Look at that. Look at this. Look at the bevel on that. What? Why, Jason? Why is this under $1,000? And the crazy thing is, you ask him that, he'll tell you, this is not made to be a watch that costs that much. If I ever made a watch that costed that much, it would be something of a grander scale. And I'm just like, well, holy crap. Well, let me see that. If this is what you can do for $775, if you can do this for $800, what can you do for something that costs $1250? Okay, like, look at this. Look at the way the light dances. Boom, get onto those lugs. All right, let's get into some Lume shots, low light transition, and closing thoughts. All right, let's go ahead and hit the lights. Oh, yeah, it's a dive watch. It has great lume. Yeah, excellent lume. No complaints. Fully lumed sapphire bezel insert. Oh, hello, light play, low light transition. Because, yeah, you're not always going to be in a well-lit room. Sometimes you're going to be in less than optimal lighting. So I like to do some low light transition. Show you what this thing's going to look like in more realistic, less than optimal transitional lighting. So whether you're coming in and out of a vehicle, walking underneath an overhang, underneath a tree, maybe spending time in your favorite vehicle, you're going to see how these colors actually render. You're going to see how this finish grabs the light, how the brushing, how uniform the brushing is as the light glides over. Look at it. Maybe you come even closer, get some really high contrast lighting that'll catch some, all there is probably a little bit of sweat and mugginess on there from me liking this watch so much. But look at the finish. Look at the brushing, the polish, the high definition between those beveled edges in the brushing. Insane. Nuts. Crazy. Look at the dial. Almost an Admiralty gray. Some cooler bluish tones come into that gray very nicely. The one I ordered is not the gray, it's the blue, the midnight blue. I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like in person. I had the choice, let's say, hey, well, maybe I can get my hands on this to get the review out there, sooner rather than later, because there have been some delays on the release. And wow, this thing's exciting. And yeah, do you guys watch my channel? I've reviewed quite a few gray dial watches. Dude, this thing hits it. It's got all those great things that you look for. Blown away. On the wrist, guys, classic proportions with a distinctly modern, kind of touch and flair to it. Perfectly balanced and blended to create something truly unique. The case contours taper, both the visual and the physical weight down to make it wear much, much thinner. As far as model variations go, you get the Bezel blue or the slate gray. You can get either of those choices with the Sapphire Diver insert or the 12-hour Sapphire insert, as well as a steel diver bezel if you want to go that route, which also looks immaculate. Here you get a little bit more lume. Very cool. I dig that. So that's the choice I would have went with, and that I did. Comparable models, guys, due to the insane quality and lower pricing on this, it ends up with a lot of comparables. Some very expensive watches with similar build quality cost a lot more, and there's some watches with much lower quality with similar prices. There's quite a few very stock, very bare minimal, just tough $700 dive watches that are out there in the micro brand world. This thing is not that. It is up there. It is straight luxury level finishing. I'm just, yeah, and that doesn't mean that it's over ornate or dainty. You know, this thing is killer. I'm blown away. Yeah, it's just this watch is absolutely, you know, in the conversation for best diver under $2,000. I'm not saying that it's hands down, flat out the best thing you can get for $2,000, but it's in the conversation. And yeah, it costs well under $1,000. So it's perplexing. It's hard for me to wrap my head around this. I mean, honestly, this would be really compelling at twice the price. At $1,550, I would say this is absolutely value proposition still. Bang per buck. This is a great watch because you get so many good things in this watch. I'm impressed by it. You know, bottom line here, guys, the Halios Fairwind might have just dethroned the Christopher Ward C60 Trident as the new gold standard for what an independent micro brand can offer you for the money. Yeah. I mean, it's that good. I mean, you guys remember the hype around the Mark III release from Christopher Ward? Thing's sweet. Love it. I have three of them. I bought more after I reviewed one. Like, I have three. I have a white dial, a blue dial, and a black dial. That's an amazing watch. Those go for like 9 something, you know, and when they're on sale, they go for around 7 something. This thing is around 7 something. What? And yeah, I think it pretty much does. I mean, it's not as deep. Yeah, it doesn't go 600 meters. It's only 200. But how many people have had this conversation with themselves? Oh man, I wish it was thinner. I would take less. You know, it's like all those things that you say, Jason's like been listening to. When people are like, screw links, just do it. You know, bevels, throw them out there. Throw in the Swiss movement. Just contour the case better. You know, maybe don't rock the Miyota. Okay, he does all those things. He listened. Signed crown, done. Sapphire crystal, done. In-house design, no catalog parts, done. Quick release, quick adjust clasp, done. Female end links that align up to the case, no, does that too. I mean, it's crazy. Like all these things that people complain about and nitpick on every other watch to justify them not liking the watch. Here we go. Here are all those things fixed. So yeah, I'm just this video was long. There's a lot to say. I'm actually looking forward to filming the short version of this. Because it'll probably sound a lot more professional because I won't be so confused in it. This is an enigma of a watch. I don't get it. Guys, help me out in the comments below. What is going on here? Things are upside down. This watch is just too good. It is. It's too good for what it costs. This should be sold out into the next 3 or 4 runs, but it's not. What? Because there's been no hype around it. But yeah, I mean, this isn't hype. This is just, these are facts. You can't argue with what this thing has. You know, as much I love Monta, Formex, Brellum, amazing brands for what they offer. Still, my top 3 Swiss made micros. Jason and Helios is just doing something different. He's like, it's like notice money, and you're getting, you know, Monta Formex, you know, levels of fit and finish. So this is, it's too much. It's too good. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. This has like been 8 minutes of just you guys watching that seconds hand sweep and looking at the bevels and wondering what I'm on, why I'm so crazy about this watch. And yeah, it's everything about it is killer. It's insanely good. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like the video, please do it like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks, guys.